Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Terribad Fickle podcast. It's episode 3, and I am episode hosting. Shit, I fucked it up.
Keep it
again.
Do it live.
I'm keeping it in. I'm your host, Blaze, and I'm with another 5. Okay.
6, 5, 5.
5 people.
5.
Okay, 6 people again.
We
right.
can count.
I'm gonna do Piku first. I'm here with Pokey Piku.
Fucks college internet.
Yes, keep in mind, people, Pokey Piku it has some really bad Wi-Fi right now, so he might go in and out of the conversation every now and then. So he might go, "What were you talking about?" every now and then.
So does his sense
Yeah,
of humor.
basically like every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So does his sense of humor. Oh.
Oh, hi, Marquez. I didn't see you there.
Oh, hi, Blaze.
I'm also. And I've also got Metkaratsu Mizuryu.
Mizuhiro.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'm a you freaking
It's not that
weeaboo.
hard to say.
You freaking weeaboo. Wave Runner.
Weeaboo, for the love of God.
Okay.
Because my name is kind of Japanese, like doesn't mean I'm.
Being 3 for 3 in the podcast fills me with determination.
And I've also got epic voice guy Ed Rules.
Hello.
That's
We're giving an underacting performance for his first word.
Well, what'd you expect? He's like emotionally exhausted after all the shit he's doing right now.
We'll get into that. And lastly,
Well, yes, and then there's also you, Marquez.
no, you mentioned me already.
You're
I meant
already-
wait. I meant wait.
No, yeah, I
already
already
said
you
wait.
said me. I did the determination on the.
We're all here. We're all here. And
Bro, one
Thank you,
big happy
Marco.
family.
Okay, let's just make one thing clear. That intro was drunk. We're gonna pretend to be sober now. Start the topic.
But we lost Piku already.
All right. Okay. Well, as usual, first topic is have you been doing anything interesting since the last podcast?
Yes, 2 things. One, I just beat Undertale, and I can't say anything about it because everything I want to say is heavy spoilers.
Yes, but needless to say, you played Undertale.
Yes, and it's actually kind of funny because last night I got to a certain point, I was about to go to bed, and like it was probably like maybe 11 o'clock. I was up till like 3 a.m.
Oh my
I know
god.
exactly what part you're talking about too.
Yeah, I know. Ed knows exactly what part it is.
Wow.
Like it's the time in the chat, our Skype chat, where I just said, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!"
Uh-oh, Piku's actually gone now.
That is, didn't I already said that like? a minute
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah, he's like I said, he's gonna be in and out every now and then. He might just, in fact, he might be gone for good because every now and then his Skype just crashes entirely. Yep,
Oh,
he's
okay.
gone.
No, he'll be back. He always does. And I didn't mean to poke Ben out, but I just had to do it.
Oh yes, I forgot. Metkaratsu here is our resident comic dubber. Specifically, if you go to his channel, you'll see a shit ton of FNAF comic dubs.
Oh yeah.
And no, I'm not voicing any weird ones. Pretty iconic. Not voicing those.
Yeah.
Ever.
Needless to say, there are some weird comics out there, and he's not going to dub them.
But I might review them.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. Oh, hi, Piku.
Hello
there
and
you are.
welcome
I'm
to the
back.
Top the Fourth Wall, where bad comics are delicious.
Yeah.
Marquez, we just published the first Fickle Pickle Jar starring you. How do you feel about that?
Pretentious.
I feel
Oh my.
certain something.
Well,
He
that was
feels
like
good. He feels good.
Okay, that was a Monty Python reference.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Piku.
stop that singing now. Anyway, in all seriousness though, and I know that's hard to do, I'm just still really amazed how I ended up the first one to have A project ready, and B, an editorial out.
Yeah.
on this channel
Your editorial gave
without
me a
having a computer that can edit.
You could thank everyone here on
I
Fickle
can
for
thank
that.
everyone
And
here, but
yeah.
it's still my writing and it's still my stuff, so
I
it's freaking insane. It's like
Oh,
the
boy.
opposite of the look I get when it comes to doing pretty much anything else.
yeah. Wave, I'm very impressed by the video you made. You did a very good job with editing the pickle jar.
Thanks. That was actually the second thing I was gonna get into because, like, combined, like, I actually figured about it. Like, I pretty much did some sort of work. Like, I got a job like last week in a seasonal job, and
Lucky.
it's fun. I don't want to talk about it. Well, yeah, but it was like a 14-hour work weekend, and I spent another 12 hours like labor of love, and I don't regret it. I enjoy doing that, and when I actually get into editing, I get into like a zen zone.
Yeah, I know
So-
how you feel when I get into that too. I'm currently working on this commission for a guy, and I get like,
Yeah.
I feel like I do that
Radical.
sometimes when I edit. I'm just very easy to distract. Sometimes.
Look at
That and I'm
Thrasher.
just yelling at my roommates every 2 seconds.
Whenever I try to edit a machinima, I just suddenly stop because laziness kicks in. But when it comes to comic dubs, I just don't. It's
I
a weird-
haven't edited a video for myself in over
Forever?
a year now.
a year.
Well, maybe. I think it's nearing a year. It depends because I ran out of things to edit for a while, and then because when it comes to content to edit, I was running low, and then my computer died, and I managed to.
Morquez Computer Crisis of 2015.
It started last year.
happens.
Either way, but I mean, I've edited projects in class for like classes that actually have computers where I'm supposed to edit projects, and I did hijack a school computer to do a video final in iMovie. That's about it.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Ed, you've been awfully quiet. What do you got to say?
What do you expect? It's Ed.
He usually talks when he feels like it, I guess.
The only person that talks less in this group is Jess.
Well, you guys haven't really given him a chance to say much. Just pointing that out.
Wait, no. It's like when we have Skype calls, like he's usually just there, but he just doesn't say anything. Like you would look in
Basically.
the call, like it'd probably be 3 people talking, and then you just see Jason's picture, and he's just not saying anything. Unless we
Yeah.
acknowledge him.
I always get like, is he gonna say anything? What's he doing here?
Secretly, he's just taking all the ideas and things we say in calls and just transmitting them to the rest of the internet through Tumblr.
Yeah, like-
sending our ideas to the internet so that they can steal them.
Like a month
Yes.
from now, there's gonna like be a channel called Bland Blickle that's just gonna launch, and it's gonna
Okay, before we get to the topic at hand, let's talk about the controversy that's going on in the internet right now. What is everyone's opinion on the upcoming YouTube Red?
I still don't know what it is.
All I can say is, you know what? All I can say is, I really got no comments, but all I can say is, when it comes out, we'll find out. That is all I can
That's-
say.
All right, okay, you don't know what this is. All right,
The best
For
description
those-
I've got is Screw Attack's premium service
okay, all
for
right.
YouTube.
Okay.
Not too far off.
For people who don't know what YouTube Red is,
All two
basically
of you.
it is a subscription, a premium subscription service for YouTube in which you're able to watch YouTube videos without ads, without screwing the creators over, because it's well known at this point that ad blockers are a pretty popular tool to use when viewing YouTube videos.
and scum. Well, not scummy, but
But yeah.
Fucking scumbag. There,
But-
I'd say it. Wambu's not here. Had to.
Yeah, but basically, if you block an ad on YouTube, then the creator doesn't get the ad revenue because the ad didn't exist. So how could they view it? How could they give the ad revenue? So Red is there to basically alleviate some of it, because if you watch a video ad free using Red, the creator gets some of that subscription revenue.
yeah.
And from what I can tell, the subscription revenue is a little bit more worthwhile than normal ad revenue. Now,
Well,
I actually brought this up to my mother a little while ago, and she's like, "Well, I don't see myself subscribing to that anytime soon." And I could understand that, but there is the good thing is that it doesn't seem to be it won't seem to affect us at all. But there is one thing that is very debatable in context, and it's the fact that certain videos can be uploaded exclusively to Red.
Yeah, well, that's just so people can say, hey, it gives you an extra reason, that's just kind of a thing that's done on multiple different networks. It's not good, but it happens, so it makes sense that YouTube would do it eventually.
Yeah.
And soon enough, we're gonna get YouTube Blue, a new
Damn it, I was
service.
gonna make those jokes already! I don't want to get Blue
And
version.
YouTube Red.
All
No,
the
we don't
YouTubers
need-
in Red
For
version.
something a little more risky.
We don't need more of your puns ruining the podcast.
All we need now is yellow version.
They're elevating the podcast.
Oh my
We don't
god.
need yellow version.
And then
In
5
yellow version,
down
you
the
start
line, we're gonna get
In yellow version, you don't get to choose your starting YouTuber. You start with PewDiePie all the time. He follows you.
Oh my
Okay, I'm gonna Photoshop.
He went there. He just went there.
Oh my
He
god.
went there.
Uh,
Okay, I hate to be rude, but can we get to the topic already? Because I think it's been like 15 minutes or so.
yeah, like these podcasts usually go for about an hour though.
And
so-
funny, someone's been spending the last 3 minutes responding to my Fickle Pickle Jar episode with comments about the Kalos anime. It's someone we know. Oh dear God.
Oh. Okay,
I'm going
so-
to try and keep it slow.
All right, so the topic at hand, because
Don't we usually do, hey, what have you guys been playing? Or did I just miss that while I was cut
You
out?
just
you
did that.
miss. Yeah, you did that. We did that while you were
No,
gone.
we like wrap
Damn
that up.
Wait, well, Pika, what are you playing?
Well, like yesterday I played the Pikmin
Too
3
late.
demo.
Let's move on.
I've been playing a lot of.
Also Undertale. Everyone buy Undertale right now. It's the best game ever made. Go get it.
Get me
No,
a console I
go.
can have it with. Anyway, the topic at
It's on
hand.
PC.
Yes.
I've got a
Can
little.
we just get to the
I've got a little ditty for the topic at hand.
Oh god.
Oh, boy.
Okay, here we go. All right. The topic at hand for today is because we already tackled the basic Halloween topic last time, so we're just gonna basically ignore Halloween altogether now because we already tackled Halloween. So the topic today is, why do licensed games suck?
Well,
or rather,
No, wait,
or
that
rather,
is
what
not
is the
what I said.
or rather, what is with the licensed game stigma, as it were?
Licensed game stigma. Okay, that's a better thing because I was immediately going to say that I own a ton of licensed games that don't suck.
Yeah.
it's not all, but like a good 70% at least.
That's fair. I mean, 30% is a good amount.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, licensed games.
Yeah.
Why the
It has
hell?
downhill. It has gone
Either
down.
developers or the fans just
It's a
give
simple
them the
answer.
backhand.
They just, when movies or whatever, if they just want to make it's usually a quick cash in, so they just make it cheaply and they don't. It's
They
made
don't-
cheaply and quickly.
They don't seem
Yeah.
to focus on. They don't seem to focus on. How do I say this? Well, on almost anything. They don't. I believe all they care is like, oh, we're going to team up and blah blah blah. We care about money.
Amazing
Cares
Spider-Man
about
2.
their- Yeah, that.
They put effort into that one.
Actually, a good example of how the cash-in thing just doesn't work. The Legend of Korra video game. Even Platinum Games couldn't save that game.
They
I
pretty
heard
much
the
made it as
gameplay
good
was
as they
good,
could,
but yeah.
but that's like it wasn't
It's
their fault.
dumb.
Really.
It's stupid.
Did you know it had a 3DS version?
What?
God.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
they did. I think they did.
It's a 3DS version, and basically the best way to describe that version is the worst Fire Emblem game ever made.
What?
Why did they?
With Fire
Yeah,
It's a
funny
tactical
thing about-
RPG?
Okay, that's.
I mean, I could say tactical RPG, but I mean, there's no tactics. It doesn't feel like an RPG, and it's just kind of shit.
Oh my God!
Like, at least Korra looked good, sort of.
That's the main
Like
reason
the
why people
like the
like
normal
the game.
one looked good.
Is that the main reason why people like the game? Because core looks so good.
I thought the gameplay was at least good, at least the platinum version.
When you get the
except
powers,
it
it's
got
fine.
repetitive fast.
But the answer is
Yeah.
a platinum game, so
Yeah, basically.
which I found
Platinum Games Platinum Games was the only reason that the console game was any good, and then the handheld one, which no one fucking knows about, is complete garbage.
It's better,
who the hell's
they
whispering?
don't know. They won't waste their money on it.
Yeah. But wait, before you go on, the reason you said like Core being a tactical RPG, what if I told you they made a whole game that was half a crappy Metal Gear Solid ripoff?
What?
They
I
made
mean,
you know what I'm
makes
talking
sense.
about? No. Like you know the Hulk movie that came out in the early 2000s, not like
Wait,
the
Hulk
2008
movie?
Yeah, the Hulk. Yeah. Okay, well they made a game and half the game half the game I remember actually being pretty decent. It's like what a whole game should be, like beating people up. Like I remember like I got the demo like with the DVD, which probably was a mistake, but the first level of that game is amazing. You're like in the desert and like by a gas station and there's like tanks and helicopters attacking you, which is amazing.
Whoa.
And then you get to the second level where you're just Bruce Banner and you're sneaking around the laboratory.
What?
And you have to do like mini games.
I remember that on the handheld version.
I don't know, it's
Which
but then there's
reminds
also
me,
other cool stuff like you fight like a electric vampire.
that would be Zax.
Yeah, Zax. Yeah, you fight him.
That sounds like a reverse werehog, where it's like people would like the werehog section where you beat the shit out of people, and not the section where you're the normal fucking character.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a vampire, but either way. The funny thing about the handheld versions of all these games, though, whenever a game, especially a licensed game, comes out for a console, people look at the handheld, it's like, ah, screw that, but coming up for a console. And I'm like, first off, that's more money that you're spending. Second, often the handheld versions have less room to suck. Case in
That
point.
depends, really.
Case in point, the Spider-Man games.
Wait.
Not,
I don't
not
play
friend or foe.
Spider-Man.
No, not friend or foe. Not that. I'm talking about the movie. The movie Spider-Man games, 2 and 3 in particular.
Okay, to be fair, there were a couple of handheld Spider-Man games that were actually pretty good, and they were made by a company known as Kryptonite.
Yep, that's them.
They made like the handheld version of Web of Shadows.
Which was pretty well. It was about as good as it could be.
Yeah. What was the other one? Shattered Dimensions. They made that one too. It was actually kind of like the same gameplay too, except you know.
Less interchangeable.
Whenever I hear a superhero game title, it just seems like they just just looked up the dictionary and took the two most cool sounding words they could and made a subtitle with that.
That's how
I mean,
Deadpool
Shattered
came to be.
Dimension.
That's how
But
Deadpool
Spider-
came to be.
Okay.
True.
It is.
Very true.
No,
Oh
I
my-
think
I think
Deadpool
so.
is like a term for something.
It's like the arena where he fought in, because he was like one of those. Oh, he was taken in for experiments, and then he was like forced to fight in an arena thing, and he was
known as
named
the
after.
Deadpool, ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found the definition of Deadpool on Wikipedia. A Deadpool, also known as a death pool, is a game of prediction which involves guessing when someone will die. Sometimes it is a bet where money is involved. The combination of dead or death and betting pool refers to such a gambling arrangement.
Okay. Speaking of Deadpool, Deadpool the game.
I heard that was like a kind of
That's a
average.
mixed bag.
Okay, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good
Just
either,
wasn't.
It was
great.
just
I-
It was
average
decent.
from-
You mean
Not
that
to
it's
mention
decent?
It
Decent.
should have been not to mention
It's
it should
decent.
have just been a mature rated cartoon.
It's
Okay.
it's very hard to get away with games that try to be like very meta.
Okay, to be fair, while the gameplay wasn't that good, Deadpool himself was awesome in that game.
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean,
Well,
that's
no,
something
no.
you can't not do. Like, how do you make Deadpool unfunny?
The Spider-Man cartoon.
The Spider-Man cartoon did not make him unfunny. Now, if you want an unfunny one, though, I can point you towards
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh god.
Oh no.
They even make fun of that with like the new Deadpool thing. Well, at least he
Yeah,
talked.
they did. Actually, they didn't really make fun of that. They made fun of his role as Green Lantern.
No, I remember them
Wait,
saying
what?
like, and my mouth's not like fuck. Like I know this somewhere where like Deadpool says
Oh,
something
oh,
about
right,
his
I
mouth being something shut.
Yeah, that works. Anyway, yeah. In fact, superhero licensed games on their own tend to be the either best or worst licensed.
Average.
Period. It's
Majority of the time they're average.
majority of the time they're average, but sometimes we get awesome ones like Batman Arkham series. You get
Those are like the best example of licensed games,
Yeah.
frankly.
and
Ghostbusters, the video
Spider-Man 2, and we get well, ironically enough, the game for X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
And then we get things like Superman 64.
Yeah.
It never happened. That game never happened.
And we
Well,
also
but-
get
but-
things like the console version of Spider-Man 3. We get the Iron Man game. We get
Oh,
Aquaman Battle for Atlantis.
oh god.
that was a movie, wasn't it?
I had the
Green
Wii game of
Lantern
Spider-Man
game.
3. That was
Yeah,
oh,
the
that
Green
was-
Lantern game.
Actually, I will
Um,
say the game version of Spider-Man 3 does a good job of like telling like the story because it gives you the black suit. The black suit is awesome. You can wear whenever you want. Then at the end, they just take it away from you. You lose like almost all your health. And
I know,
just
right?
because-
That was
which-
stupid.
no, I
it's so-
think that's kind of
It makes
amazing.
it
in a way.
hard, and that's part of the point.
I know
I mean,
it's
The DS version does it right because, I mean, it makes it hard, and you actually have to exploit some weaknesses you had just with the black suit in order to beat the final boss against Venom and Sandman. And then after you beat that, you get the option of the black suit back.
but the Wii
And if you
version.
don't use it, might actually get you some better
Wii
stuff.
version and PlayStation 2 version.
It
That
simulates what a drug addiction would be like, but they just take it away. While on the subject of Spider-Man 3, could I talk about my Halloween costume quick?
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Intermission, people. No.
I'm gonna be emo Spider-Man. Like
Emo Peter.
Peter!
emo Peter. I'm gonna have a Spider-Man mask so people actually kind of get it, but
Ironically, I was dressed up as Spider-Man in my school the other week.
oh cool.
My god.
I even went to the local Tedeschi's in full costume and bought a red Gatorade.
Nice.
I'm unfortunately not gonna be anyone for trick or treating or Halloween. Mostly because I
Yeah.
got a show on the day
Neither
of
am
trick or
I,
treating.
but I don't think it is. Neither am I, but I don't think that's
I'm
a
not
bad
even
thing.
trick or treating. I'm just going to a party.
I never trick or
I'm just
treat my entire life.
I'm just
I don't
gonna wear
have-
my
I just
Pikachu hat.
Halloween. I just don't Halloween.
Do you even Halloween, bruh?
I don't.
I wanted to
Trick or
coin
treat,
that.
brah.
phrase.
Trick or treat.
I Halloween at Halloween.
Or you'll die.
But back to the topic of why they're bad. I kind of have a reason.
And that reason is
Mainly just because
People don't care.
it's partially kind of like the parents' fault. More back in the day when video games weren't as mainstream as they were now. But it's just
I have
because like a parent can like see a kid like, oh hey, my son really likes this game, or not game, but my son really likes the show. They go to when they go buy something for him, just like, oh, this game goes to the show. It must I'm sure he'd love it, and it's just a crap game.
Well, I've got-
And so consumers know, like the people who make these games know that, so they don't just put a ton of effort into it because it's dumb parents will buy these because they don't know games or how they work or
Yeah,
whatever.
but then
my dad.
we
Wait,
get-
before I go on, my dad knows the pain of that, and he's not even a big gamer. When he was young, he had an Atari 600.
Oh yeah.
Guess
Well,
what game he got
it's not for
once?
all. It's not for like all parents, but
if
like
you
a
say
good, like, a
ET,
good-
He got ET.
I'm not
oh
saying.
my
Oh
god!
dear God! Ah!
you had to say that.
Yes.
Oh.
You just had to say that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I did.
Oh god.
My brother
Okay.
really likes the show, Batman, and so when it came to Batman: The Brave and the Bold, he jumped at the chance to get it, and it's like a beat 'em up, it's like a beat 'em up platformer scroller thingy, and
I heard it wasn't too bad.
it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's repetitive, yeah, but the gameplay is pretty good. The characters are well, the way they work is interesting. I can't say that their plots are interesting. And
I actually saw a review of that at one point. Like, the person who reviewed it complained that a lot of the characters you team up with were like regulated to like side like support characters and not fully playable.
It was the Blockbuster Busters review, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I've seen that too.
Oh, thank you.
It was like the one time he said, okay, fine, I'll do a game review. Stop asking me to review games! And then, but anyway, we got that. And then another one, probably the only other one that's based on a show that I have that is good is Transformers Prime. Which,
yeah, I hear you talking about that often, actually.
Yeah, I've mentioned it. Well, I used to mention it often, and I probably still will, because the game, the only actual problems with the game is that it didn't have enough modes. And yes, I mean, the story, like the single player story was great. It could have used a two-player. They didn't have that. The combat is incredible, but they limit it to I mean, first off, you can fight with four people in the arena, and yet only 2 players. Human can be human. Yeah. And basically, they have so much potential for such a lot more fun, and they just didn't get the time to include it. Probably because, like most licensed games, if it's licensed, they think that's enough to sell it. They don't have to care, or or people did care, and someone higher up didn't. And
okay, going off topic for a second. I just thought something because you're talking about Transformers. What would happen if Michael Bay became a video game developer?
Oh my gosh!
Oh god!
Like, do you think that would be like better than him being a movie producer?
Everywhere.
That's
Yeah,
what
you know what? I know exactly what game he would produce.
Paid in game, the video game.
Michael Bay game.
Wait, what? What'd you say,
He
Borg?
would produce the game Duke Nukem Forevermore.
Oh my god!
Forevermore.
Oh, that's got to be awesome.
I actually think that would actually be kind of awesome, honestly.
It's awesome, but it would be so glitchy. The UI would be terrible, and also the cutscenes would never end.
Oh, the cutscenes! Oh boy! Oh, the cutscenes!
It's like TMNT from 2007. Oh wait, that actually was a movie.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh,
Boom! Burn!
The TMNT. When's the last time that had a good game?
Well, it had Patrick Stewart in it. Things with Patrick Stewart.
The TMNT game itself wasn't all that bad.
Didn't they have like a Smash Bros. Like ripoff of TMNT that had the rabbits as playable characters?
I think so. I never played it. I've seen it.
No, like it was made by Ubisoft, and there's like variations of rabbits.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. I heard it wasn't terrible, but then there was like TMNT Out of the Shadows, which is just awful.
Okay.
Getting off of the Turtles and back to the licensed games.
We're licensed.
What is it, Ed? What's it, Ed?
Okay, has anybody heard of a game called Nightmare Before Christmas: Oogie's Revenge?
Yes, I've actually heard of that.
Yes.
I just got a comic recently that has ads for it inside.
Yeah. If you have not heard of it, it is a musical game, but it's also an adventure game.
Which has, I might add, him using some form of like Green Lantern power.
Wait,
And
what?
it's actually pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, that's.
And-
I mean, that.
And
that
it was
movie just
developed by
has a magic
Capcom before they
touch that makes it good. Yeah, before they became good old Cashcom.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of good licensed games and something related to yesterday, I played a certain game yesterday.
If it's Back to the Future from the NES.
No, not the NES. Super Back to the Future 2 for the SNES that only came out in Japan.
Not SNES, the Super Famicom.
Yeah, it's Famicom. But it's, of all things, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog, where you're on the hoverboard, you spin, flip kicks to attack. and it's amazing.
You know, if you want a great track record of good licensed games, let's face it,
Lego.
Lego.
Well, yeah, that too. But I was gonna go more along the lines of the Telltale games.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Walking Dead, Back to the Future.
Sam and Max?
I mean-
Game of Thrones.
Sam and Max was by them?
Yes, yeah, they did. They
Yeah,
did Sam
Although
and
I don't
Max.
think that really counts because Sam and Max is what a show is licensed from.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
that had a show for those of you who don't know, and I don't want to see it.
AKA the George.
Actually,
Pokemon,
I remember Sam and Max, the show being quite hilarious.
Okay, but
Yeah,
either
so-
way, but still, Lego games are, well, I can't say
They're consistently all right.
I can't say they're consistently awesome because we've had a couple flukes as of late. The Lego movie
They're usually
video
about
game.
like a good 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm
Yes,
I'm not much of a fan of Lego games, but to be honest, I haven't played any Lego games. Actually, I did. I think it was the Star Wars one, and that was I didn't like it.
If there's one Lego game I would recommend to everyone,
for
it is
everybody.
Lego. It's Lego Marvel Superheroes because that's by that time they got the formula right.
So
in
right.
almost in pretty much almost everything. And
Alright.
for those people who have trouble with the flying controls in that game,
We don't know what to tell you because we didn't have any problems.
yeah. So I had it on the Wii
Get
U
good
and I lost
scrubs.
it. I got it on the PC and I beat it.
Hey, listen,
I beat it, and I had never had flying controls either. If you're using like an Xbox 360 controller, then you might have problems because
Yeah.
that's not where it is. That's not where it's best on.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
called man up and get used to
Okay,
it.
but some Lego games are pretty fluky, if that's a word.
Yeah.
you mean like DC superheroes?
No. DC Lego Batman 2 was really good. I mean, it was on the way to being as good as Lego Marvel Superheroes. And the thing is,
Okay.
I'm actually talking about the Lego movie video game and
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars 3. Those two, forget what they're about. Forget how they just tried to make it too much like the source material while making it next to nothing like the source material. Even though they included the source material almost to the letter with the Lego video game. Those two were just handled badly. They were hinging on the popularity of the movie / show that was currently out to be successful. With Lego movie video game, it worked. Lego Clone Wars, it
So,
failed.
Bork, what you're saying is that with these games, they
Pudding coming.
they let go of what was good about the others.
You know, I'm gonna brick you.
Oh! Damn it, you two!
I knew you'd be able to piece it together.
Piku.
Oh,
Piku.
damn it, Pokey!
Piku.
Yes.
Piku.
Yes.
Oh my god. I love you, man.
No homo.
Yeah.
No one can be a
not here.
game.
We are building our friendship.
Yes.
Building
So
a-
I see we've talked about a lot of like movie and cartoon games. What about anime licensed games?
Ooh.
SpongeBob.
Let me
Anyone?
Like Attack on Titan.
Anyone at all?
Okay, there's one I have in mind. Oh god, I played it before. What is it?
Up, and we lost Pokey.
No, he's still here.
No, he's
Nope,
still
he
here.
just got him back. There he is.
How about while waiting for Pokey, we talk about SpongeBob? 'Cause-
No. Oh, okay, fine. The games.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
One of
There
them.
is- okay, there is a pretty good PlayStation 1 game that's licensed on an anime. Have you ever heard of the video game for Ghost in the Shell?
I've never even heard of
I
Ghost in the
never.
Yes.
Never played.
Yes.
I know about Ghost in the Shell. I didn't know how to game.
I don't know what Ghost in the Shell is. I assume it's an anime.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty all right.
All right. Okay. Ghost. Basically, the Ghost in the Shell video game is basically the spiritual successor to a game that not a lot of people have heard of, called Jumping Flash.
Jumping Flash.
Yeah,
That's an image I'm gonna have in my head all day. Fastest jumping alive.
What do you do in that game? You just jump and flash.
Okay, if you want to learn more about Jumping Flash and therefore Ghost in the Shell, all you need to do is look up the review for Jumping Flash that's made by Stop Skeletons from Fighting.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
But not after you finish watching this video.
But keep watching this video first.
Oh, I thought you were just talking to me now. Anyway,
Don't leave.
You keep watching this video too, Mork.
Don't
Hell!
leave me here.
I
Help
watched this
me.
podcast all the way
I'm
through,
looking at
damn
the
it.
camera. I can't tell what's going on.
And we just
It
end
fills
up
you with
doing-
determination.
Or not. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I'm feeling
Okay,
pretty determined
there is
right now.
there is one more licensed game that's pretty good. It's actually based on a recent movie, Mad Max.
Okay,
Yep. I knew you were gonna bring that up. I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah. Well, the reason why is because, well, it's what Mad Max should be. It's just you in the car
It's-
and in the wasteland and blowing other cars up and open world stuff and raiding.
It's what people would expect from a Mad Max video game.
Roadrunner Carmageddon, just like the movie.
Ha!
I think they should have done what Back to the Future 2 did and made like a Sonic ripoff, but not 2D Sonic, like 3D Sonic. Like Max is running through the wasteland and he's
Make it adventure
skiing and
style with
yeah.
fishing levels.
Oh yeah.
So basically, the unfinished Silver the Hedgehog game.
Oh,
I want that
It's
to be a
Silver
thing,
Hedgehog
to
game?
be honest.
was
Yeah.
Silver the Hedgehog gonna have a game?
No, it's not. It's a joke.
Oh.
There have been multiple
I
speculations.
want it
It
to
even had
happen,
even
you know.
something by Sega saying that they're not gonna make one, but if they did, they'd probably go the angle of X, and it would be something along the lines of an exploration game.
If
Okay,
you ask
if
me,
they
I'll-
made a Silver the Hedgehog game,
If
I
you
would
ask
probably
me,
play the
I'll end
shit out of it.
Actually,
would
no.
I.
I would too.
If you ask me, it'll end up for me. It'll turn out to be horrible. When it comes to Sonic,
Shout out to my cousin my
you
cousin Nega, who would be the biggest addict of that thing ever.
seriously.
know-
Eggman, Nega?
No! No! My
okay.
cousin! I have a cousin! I have family! Don't kill them!
Your
I have
cousin is
cousin too.
Eggman, Nega?
Is it wrong to say that I actually kind of liked Shadow the Hedgehog?
No, I
I
did
didn't
too!
hate it.
High five!
It was-
Except I'm gonna punch this.
But I just on the gameplay. I kind of like. I actually like. I like
The
it.
gameplay's fine. It's just kind of everything else, frankly.
I found
mean,
the gameplay
I mean-
pretty horrible.
all you had to do, like, I mean, the game wasn't horrible. I mean, all you had to do was treat the weapons like power-ups.
They basically.
were, and they weren't really weapons. They were just like
That-
power-ups.
that,
Like, they had different range. Some were homing, and they were each like variations of something. And much like much like a Mario game, actually, when you got hit, you'd have to go back and you'd have to go find another power-up, and it would work something along that line.
Also, can I take the time to say that they got the ring collection right in that game because you only lost a couple rings if you got hit?
Amen.
Amen.
That's actually-
Amen to that.
Also, that main theme.
Yeah, that was
It's a
pretty
decent
good.
game, though. The soundtrack is pretty phenomenal.
I see and hear the evil.
Welcome to our.
I don't really remember that song as much as the other one from that game.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry,
Anyway,
carry on.
see and hear the evil. Black writings on the wall. Unleash a million faces and one
Okay,
by
guys,
one.
before any Sonic fan watching this comment saying how bullshit you are,
Brave-hearted
I
hero.
I
I am
Mark,
all
okay.
I am all I am.
Okay, Mark, we're kind of stepping on Pokey right now.
I just
Oh,
wanna say,
really?
before any Sonic fan kind of kicks our ass for this, I just want to say the game's still kind of bullshit in points.
Yeah,
Cough,
it is.
cough,
It
cough.
is.
Oh, yes. I mean,
the worst fucking.
the Eggman boss fight.
You know what they say? The more
Hey,
the
the
merrier.
more the
You
merrier.
know the merrier.
Mike Pollock has
And
also
apologized
the
for that
story.
line at one point.
Actually, wait, was it Mike Pollock who voiced that? I thought
Yes.
Yeah,
I said Mike Pollock has apologized for that line.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually remember he had it like a comment on a video I did with like that at like 10 minutes, just saying that line. And he's like, if I had a nickel for every single time that line is said, just send it to me in PayPal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like when I met him, my partner was like, "You can't bring that up."
Okay.
Wombo?
We've went on the
Wombo.
Wombo.
You came out of nowhere.
Is the podcast still going?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'll leave.
What?
No.
We
Surprise appearance by Wombo,
I mean,
everybody!
should I leave?
We're still
Wombo.
talking about licensed games.
Did you bring the
and I heard
deduction
you had
board?
something-
Yes. Oh, yes. We have not
We
mentioned
never-
this yet. One of the biggest things related to licensed games that has happened lately is Wombo's series So Big, So Bad It's Good, where he took a licensed game of NCIS and asked, "Is it just so hilariously bad that it's good?" And what was your response to that? Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's the most amazing game ever. You heard it here. Go buy it.
Yeah, no, don't buy
And
it.
if you want to figure out if it's a good game, you need to do a deduction board.
No. God, I like just entered and already it's like deduction board has been mentioned 70 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're actually.
Yeah, I have no deduction board. I did deduction board. What do you deduction board mean? Deduction board.
All right. Well, but you're actually just.
I'm getting
because we were
bored of
about
your
to-
deductions.
You just interrupted Blaze to make a pun.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
I
let's not interrupt.
Yeah, you were just in time because we were about to move on because we were just done talking about licensed games, but I would like to switch it around and talk about licensed shows and movies.
I've been watching a good one lately.
Oh.
A good
Yeah,
licensed anime.
I know we're
that-
building. I know we're building up to this, so I know I want. It's the reason why I moved on to it. So, what is it?
I've watched a lot of I've been watching a lot of Rokuman Egeze lately. Or for
Oh.
those of you who don't know what that is, in English, Mega Man NT Warrior, the part that didn't get dubbed.
Wait, there was more.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, there was plenty-
more.
yeah, there was a lot.
3 more seasons. 3 more seasons.
Yeah.
Are you shitting
Yeah.
me?
Yes, and
Yeah,
one of them,
a lot of that show stayed in Japan.
One of them is still getting subbed right now. Shout out to IHP, Irregular Hunter Productions, for working on that. You guys are great. I know some of them on Skype. And that is incredible. The entirety of the 4th season is subbed already, and the 5th season is tiny, and half of it is subbed right now. And it's overall as silly as the first season one and as forced as the second season was. The last 3 are downright incredible.
Really?
They're really good. I mean, you might have to switch over. You might have to switch
I've
over to
watched some of
Japanese
it.
names. I know I've been trying
If they're
No.
if they're so good, why weren't they dubbed?
because
Because fucking
because
Right,
the popularity
4K, that's why.
was of the popularity of the game sales in America.
Because
was
we're
not
getting Mega Man Ben 10.
Not
That's
to
why.
mention that they accidentally chose to dub the anime for Star Wars.
Oh.
And
they
the
dubbed
dub-
like 12
it's like,
episodes
okay,
of that, right?
Yeah, actually, they took 25 half episodes, turned it into 13 full episodes, and this is probably the worst dubbing that
It's
like
terrible.
the dub. This is the worst dub arrangement that I've ever seen. The cast is fine, but
It's
the
terrible.
arrangement, but the organization was the worst dub organization I've ever seen. And if they just thought for a second and kept it to 10-minute shorts. It
Geo,
would have
Geo,
been
Geo.
good.
Okay.
Oh,
can
man.
I just say something? Because there's one thing that's been bugging me.
Yes.
Okay.
Go.
What is with the sudden popularity of the Donkey Kong Country series?
I don't
Death
know.
Battle.
My
The
friend.
show. I'm talking about the show.
Death
I don't know. I
Battle.
think ever since that
I thought-
the X-Men Dom meme
Yeah,
series has gotten extremely popular because of that.
it's the
Blame
Dong
Death Battle.
shenanigans.
It's not popular, just something people like to
Same
hate.
reason
because
like
it's
John
terrible.
Cena's popular.
Can I ask?
I think so.
Actually?
Guys, let Wambu speak.
Sorry, can I ask something as well? Because since All right, I guess for the people watching, I was supposed to be on this podcast and then I wasn't, and now I'm here. But
Yay.
since I have missed most of this, do you think like one of you could just very very briefly like bring me up to speed on what you guys talked about on like why licensed games have such like rock bottom reputation?
All right,
Well,
we can bring you up to speed, but I don't know if you have enough fuel.
Well, we mentioned briefly how the fact that the reason why licensed games have such a stigma is because most of the time the creators don't really care about the quality of the game and more about suckering consumers into buying a half-assed game just to cash in on the license.
My dad had ET.
Piku disconnected, by the way.
He'll be back.
Yeah, but I kind of had something to like sort of say about that. But if we're like way past that topic,
No, you can go.
We're never way
No,
past something. You can do it.
I was going to say that like I think like just making licensed anything is hard in general because it's like you're really narrowing down your demographic because it's like if you make something based on like a show or something right off the bat, like if you're making a game based on a show right off the bat, you're alienating people who aren't fans of the show. So people who aren't fans of the show, they're not gonna care. But then you also have to worry about being faithful to the material. So it's like if you have like I don't know, like Dexter the video game.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to attract Dexter fans to the game. Or you're going to attract Dexter fans to the game and only Dexter fans. But then you also have to be faithful to Dexter while also having it be a good game.
Well, he's going to enslave us someday, so I guess we'll have to wait then to be faithful to Dexter. Oh, wordplay. Haha, wordplay.
Okay. Well, yeah. Back to licensed movies and shows, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Kirby, that's a name you should know.
I love that show. I don't care what anyone says. I love Right Back At It.
I love this.
Yeah.
I have a real soft spot for it, mostly just because it was the only thing I gave a shit about on 4Kids other than Yu-Gi-Oh! And the fact that they use Kirby Air Raid music in the Japanese version.
Actually, wait. Okay. Everyone.
Yeah.
Come on.
What?
Sonic X.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Sonic.
Go fast.
Blaze, actually, I have a small request for you.
Oh, I actually met one of the most famous characters in that show once.
I have a small request for Blaze because Blaze, you voiced Dedede in Met's comic dub.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you to say in your Dedede voice, I need a monster to clobber that dare Kirby.
I need a monster to clobber that damn Kirby.
That's baby show.
You better hit it with a money back guarantee.
You better get it with a money back guarantee. I am a really good escargot.
Yeah, okay, screw it. We should do Kirby abridged.
Yes! Oh, God.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, coming
Oh,
soon.
boy.
Coming soon to Fanfickle. A foul mouth drinking Kirby, a DDD that's actually a very intelligent idiot, and Escargoon, the actual hero of the show.
An intelligent idiot.
A very intelligent idiot.
Intelligent idiot.
Something about that sentence.
Go together.
It's Comp Assault.
And we just play voice clips of Shadow the Hedgehog over Meta Knight.
Oh, Meta Knight. No, they turned Meta Knight Mexican with Eric Stewart's voice. For some
now
reason,
he's the
we're gonna
canon.
go all the way.
Play Smash, but this is the canon one.
Yeah.
Kirby, suck up this torch.
Fight me.
Vámonos.
Fight me.
Jesus Christ.
Kirby, fight me.
Oh my God.
You killed my father.
Bueno.
Okay.
Going away from the Kirby anime, there's also the Pokemon anime, which, if you don't know, Mork did a thing on, so watch it. Go.
We mentioned it earlier in the vid, but I don't care. It's
But not in this context.
No.
I care because I spent
more specifically, I asked the question of if it was still good, because we all know when it was good and when it was terrible.
Hello, Unova.
The game, probably the best games in a long time, aside from Platinum, which was a one-hit wonder, and
They fucked
Well,
up.
I don't know if you would call
ever-
something. I don't think if you can call something in the main series Pokemon games a one-hit wonder.
Well, it was a.
It's kind of funny, actually, how the anime turns out. Like, everyone hates the 4th gen games, but the 4th gen anime is, like, the best one.
I love them.
Like, everyone loves the 5th gen games, but then everyone hates 5th gen anime. And then no one paid attention to the 6th gen anime, while the 6th gen games are just kind of okay.
Actually, in my opinion,
the whole reason that
it has the best use of the bottom screen.
You know what? Someone stop me from quoting my own video when I'm trying to talk about this.
No!
Because I was literally about
Stop.
to say the whole reason that no one watches this Kalos in the first place, etc.
Because it was a Steam
Stop.
power.
You know, just what we're saying is watch Mork's video, you guys.
Yeah,
Pretty
please,
good
please.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
Like, comment,
I-
subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe.
I
That's what we're
literally
doing,
put
right?
sweat and blood. I spent all morning mopping the floor because of that video.
With my mop.
Okay, oops.
Would anyone? Okay, somewhat off topic again, but am I the only one who'd think like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon anime would be amazing?
They actually had.
I think so.
Like they had
More than
those
one
like
episode?
they had those like specials, and those were awesome.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, you mean
like
like
a
more
short-
than one episode?
Yeah,
I totally
yeah.
get that.
I would actually, I would love it if they made an actual, an official Pokemon Mystery Dungeon anime series. And I don't
That'd be
mean like,
amazing.
like a,
that won't happen based on Japan. They probably won't do that until they do an anime based off of Reburst.
And then everyone who was Japanese unsubscribed.
Oh
to it.
yeah, Reburst. Oh,
What's Rebirth?
Okay,
it's a
let
very
me
got
hold
Pokemon.
on, let me explain Reburst.
Okay, no.
In
how about we
a
let
few words.
How about we let
The
Pokey
protagonist fuses with a
With their
Zekrom.
Pokemon.
Huh?
Yeah, the protagonist fuses with a Zekrom. And the villain
Okay,
fuses with
do you
things like
remember
Golurk and
the
Bisharp
one
and
Digimon
Strength.
anime
What about Ash Greninja?
Oh yeah, you
where
mean the
they-
best? You mean the best one?
Yeah, where they turned into the Digimon?
Yeah, the best one.
It's like that, but with Pokemon.
And also in the human world.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we're almost reaching the hour mark on this podcast.
So why didn't we talk about?
We're almost
SpongeBob
reaching
again?
it. Then why don't we catch it? Run!
But I
No.
came, which means we have to do an extra hour, right?
Oh.
No.
No, just kidding.
I think we're
gotta catch them all. Yeah.
Okay, but to go back to our main question, what is the big deal with everyone not just dusting off licensed games aside? That is the main question. And to answer that, I think we can pretty much all agree on one thing.
The SpongeBob
Corporates don't
SquarePants
care
movie
about how good it is.
Yeah, sorta. It's just like people are lazy
yes.
most of the time.
well,
I guess.
in any case. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah.
Hang on.
In any case, before we head out of this this podcast, we have one more thing we gotta talk about. And
Buy
that-
me pizza.
None. Okay.
No,
I'll buy you
not
pizza
buying
later. It's
Spend 30 minutes.
It's a series of videos that's actually going to be released next week, starting on Tuesday and ending on Halloween itself.
Wait, Blaze.
All of it
Blaze.
made by Ed Rules.
Blaze, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh my god.
Man.
You've met with
I
the
should
terrible
have.
fate happened to you.
Ed, would you like to talk about that?
Yes. Basically, I'm starting a series on Fickle called Dramatic Reading, and it's kind of self-explanatory. I read
Yeah.
things, whether it be creepypasta, myths, legends, short stories, what have you.
Or,
And, the-
even entire fan fictions.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully
Coming
not
soon,
those
Hard
anytime soon.
Reset, the MLP fan fiction.
Oh my god.
Oh god. No.
Let's not.
But the first episode, or episodes rather, is going to be our Halloween special, which I'm
Yeah.
really excited for that.
Yes. And if you paid attention to the dialogue that we were going to as a precursor to what you were talking about with your dramatic reading, you might have a pretty good idea of what it's going to be, but we're not going to spoil it for you if you haven't figured it out yet.
Unless you're dead, because
Yeah.
drowning happens.
Can I add one more?
That's
thing?
not even subtle.
Can I
Who
add
the
one?
fuck cares about subtlety?
Can I add one more
Don't
thing?
get so fickle about
Yes,
it.
what is
Sorry.
that?
Godzilla NES featuring me as Solomon.
Wombo, what are you talking about?
Okay. So, I'm gonna mention this when I make a promo video for So Bad It's Good, but I just need to say this, and I'll explain why in a second. The Avatar Wombo, the one for So Bad It's Good, was made by my friend Connor, aka Liquid Pencil, aka Pyrophene324. Again, I'm gonna mention that in the promo video I make, but if I am in one more video where I don't mention him, he is going to kill me. So, because I forgot to give him credit in the first episode.
Damn it, I was supposed to kill you.
Well, I could put in an annotation and put something in the description for you.
Yeah, that would probably be nice. But point is, I just saved my own life. So.
For now.
Well, I didn't just save my own life because I just saw my cousin, who I mentioned earlier, just did a video with him recreating a part of the second opening of Death Note in machinima format.
Ooh,
What?
Oh dear God!
Oh my God!
What have you done, Nega? What have you done?
I mean,
Oh
it's
my
called
God.
Death Note for a reason.
Okay, I think that we're pretty good right now. We've reached we're pretty good. Any closing comments?
family.
Any closing comments?
There,
Watch
more
dramatic
kids.
reading.
Don't get
It's
right.
fun,
Don't
except
get
We
not.
went through a whole
Death
thing
Note
about licensed
game.
games without mentioning Dragon Ball Z games.
Oh,
Well,
Make a
That-
Death Note
it's too
game
obvious.
after this.
We avoided that entire Xenoverse.
Oh, we did?
oh, so that's why I didn't talk about the
We
SpongeBob
accomplished
one.
it.
All in agreement that the SpongeBob ones are amazing.
I think I need counseling.
Yeah.
We know.
Mary, and we lost Wambu.
I think I'm just gonna fade this out.
Not until
Hello,
you
my baby. Hello, my honey.
give me pizza sandwich.
I'm gonna stop recording. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's-
Bye.